What did Odoo, my friends? My name is Jose Ignacio, and today we're going to take a look at the basics of the contacts application. It's one of the pillars of an Odoo database, so there's lots to talk about. Let's begin. I'm going to let you in on a little secret about the Odoo Contacts app. Parts of it are always active on your database, even if you haven't formally installed it. Now, you might be thinking, no big deal. All the Contacts app does is track names, addresses, and phone numbers, right? But trust me, there's more to it than that, so let's check it out. So first things first, we're going to open up the Apps app over here, and we're going to type in contacts into the search bar. Now go ahead and click on the install button that's going to appear like this if you don't have it already. Once that's done, go back to the dashboard if the database didn't send you there automatically. Okay, then once you're back, great. Let's open up the Contacts app. So the Contacts app opens to the list view by default. If you've never specifically used the Contacts app before, you might be surprised at how many entries you have in there. That's because as you use Odoo's other apps, contacts will be automatically created. Entering the info for a new parts vendor in the sales app, that makes a contact. New business opportunity with a local company in the CRM app, that's a new contact. New employee created in the employees app, you won't believe this, that's a contact too. Now, as you can see, we've got a goodly number of contacts already entered because Stealthy Wood is crushing it. We've got a guy for that as well, Huey. He's new, but he's great. You'll love him. Okay, you know what? Come to think of it, he's so new, he doesn't actually have a contact yet. What a perfect organic learning opportunity. Let's make a contact for old Huey. All right, so select new over at the top, and that opens up the contacts form. A contact can be for either a company or an individual person. The Contacts app doesn't differentiate them, although earlier versions of Odoo did. Anyway, Huey, let's type in his legal government name, which is Hugh Man. All right, and that's going to be our name. Perfect. That's everything that we need right there, and we're just going to click our nice little save icon cloud. And that's it. Technically, you only need a name to create a contact, but let's add a bit more information. So Hugh's a recent hire, so we'll set his company employer over here to Stealthy Wood. So we're going to do that right now. And then we're going to click Create Stealthy Wood. All right. Now we need to enter his email, which I happen to have already right there to paste. Okay. And now we're actually going to skip the address, but the next thing that I need is a phone number. This is fake YouTube. Please don't take down my video. Okay, we're all set. And finally, let's talk about a job position. What does Huey do? Well, he is junior, a VP of crushing it. All right, great. All right, now guess what? Creating this contact actually created a second contact. Why? Because we set Hugh's company over here as Stealthy Wood. Our database didn't detect a contact with that name, so it created one for us. It doesn't have any information in it yet, but this begins the process of associating employees of Stealthy Wood with Stealthy Wood, the business. Okay, so after you save, once again manually, or let it auto-save, what else can we do on this page now that we've created a contact? Well, there's the chatter over here on the right, which shows us the activity associated with the contact. There's internal links that happen to now pop up when you mouse over certain little areas, like the company over there. And that's if we wanted to easily email, or in this case, follow some of these other little areas right there. There's also these tabs that we have below. Now, what appears here depends on what apps you have installed, but let's talk about this Add Related Contacts button. Clicking it over here brings up the Create Related Contacts form. And again, right inside of here, the options you see here may be different based on the apps installed to your database, but we'll cover some of the basics. You can add additional contacts for an existing contact, useful if you have a contact with both personal and professional email addresses. So that's kind of nice. All right. You can also create a distinct, in this case, invoice address for contacts if they have a different address for receiving bills. Same thing with a delivery address. Maybe you have a contact with a headquarters at one address and a receiving warehouse at another. And finally, there is other for all your miscellaneous contact needs. Okay, there you have it. Everything you wanted to know about the basics of contacts, but were afraid to ask. Until next time, Odooers, get out there and make some connections. Then save them in your Odoo Contacts app.